I'm in Salad, and I saw Return to Horror High. It is directed by Bill Frohlich. The last name's kind of hard to pronounce for me. This movie was a request by a $20 patron. If you want to request a movie, go to patreon.com/ASEPresents. Alrighty, this is... I was not very expecting this movie at all. I was like, what? What is this movie? Crazy stuff is happening. Let me explain to you what's happening in this very spoiler review. So, the movie starts. It's a movie that takes place where they're making a movie. They're making a movie about a tragedy that happened at this high school. Horror High is going to be the name of the movie. And it's kind of like a Columbine deal, honestly. If they were to make a Columbine movie, this is very much similar to that. But, you know, this was before Columbine, so... So, you got a bunch of directors, and the director is like a sleazy guy. He's just kind of like objectifying women. That's not good. But what he does do a lot is like, hey, what are you doing there? This is supposed to be like this way. It's supposed to be sexier because it has to be like appealing to people. And people are like, no, the plot has to be good. It has to be a good plot. And he's like arguing with the rest of the crew, right? And so like just seeing the interactions with the crew is pretty fun. But there is a twist though. People are disappearing. And because people are disappearing, we're like, oh, is the killer here? The killer was never found from the last incident. So you get to see instances of, for example, there's this one actor, he's like, I quit, I'm leaving, you're not paying me any money, you're not doing any good at all, you're not a good friend. They're not friends, but you're not a good employer. Like, you're supposed to pay your employees, but he's like, he obviously missed a memo on that. And so the actor leaves, but in order to leave, he goes upstairs, he's like, gets lost, he's like, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, I thought this was the exit. And then he hears a sound, and when he hears the sound, he's like, hello? And then he goes closer to it. I would run away. If I heard a sound, I would just go. I'd be so fast like Sonic. I'd use my power of my autism to go fast. Fast. But no, he does not go fast. Instead, he goes slow. And he gets, his head goes chop in the body. Oh, there's blood. The first victim that we see. And then, like, a few more people are taken. They're tooketh, rather. And it's a fun mystery just to see, like, everyone go by one. Everyone's, like, oblivious as to all the murders happening until it occurs. Also, the story is kind of told in both a flashback, where they're talking to the cops about it, about, like, what's happening, and, like, they're just the interactions, like, on their set as well. Plus, it's talking about, like, in the movie, like, this movie scene. And the transition between, like, the movie scene, like, what's happening in the movie, within the movie, and what's happening in the movie, it's kind of, like, hard to tell, but, you know, it's, like, first, when I was watching these scenes, like, wait, hold on, what am I watching? Is this part of the plot? And then I remember, oh, this must be, like, the movie that they're filming, and you get to see, like, after, like, a minute or 2 minutes, they do, like, pull back and be like, oh yeah, this is actually the movie that we're filming. Cut, you did a bad line. And it's usually this wall is broken. I don't know if it's like a fourth wall. Okay, it's a fourth wall within the movie, so I guess it'd be a 16th wall here, and like in real life, observing the movie within the movie. So he's like, oh, I thought this line was wrong, and that's, like, how you can tell. It's like, okay, cool. But then, there's a lot of blood making. We get to see, oh man, what a fun scene. You know what also sucks, though? The fun scene is making this head in, like, this dresser kind of deal. And it's just spooky, and, like, what the main actress goes up there. It's like, no, not this. This is a creepy sight. And then, like, one of the technicians, like, hey, lady, this took me hours. So many hours to do. You just ruined my life's work. Cause do you know how long it takes to stir this? No, you do not. You just get to look pretty and scream. That's your job. I honestly would prefer the sludge making job. That seems a little bit fun. But honestly, what is also fun is why this all occurs in the first place. It's established. I can't tell, like, if it's, like, within the movie or, like, it's established lore. I'm assuming it's established lore within the actual universe itself, because it's about the movie's about the universe. One of the quarterbacks is, like, he's a little sleazy guy. He's forcing himself into a locker room with a bunch full of women, and this, like, must be the movie, because it's just, like, full-on cleavage, and, like, this is the type of movie that Return to Horror High, Horror High, with the movie within the movie, very confusing, is, that's how it's kind of, that's the movie. It's a sleazy movie, but, more and more people die, more and more people disappear. The sounds of violence is hidden just by the fact that they're making so much blood that they don't notice the amounts of blood. And I'm like, this is pretty great. I like how they couldn't see for a fact, like, what was going on until it's too late. Until pretty much almost all of them died, then, what a movie. I really liked the flashbacks. And they're talking to the police, and the police are like, well, why didn't you know beforehand? It's like, we're making a horror film. We're making lots of fake blood. We can't tell, like, who's actually, like, what's real blood and what's not. We can tell by the smell, but we were smelling all our sweat because we're working up a storm. We're too busy yelling at each other and fighting in order to do anything about it. So, that was the end of the movie, is when they do finally figure out what is going on, and, like, a bunch of people are already dead. And so, I gotta say, it was a pretty okay movie. I enjoyed the humor. I enjoyed the amount of breasts that were available in the movie, especially the fake breasts at the beginning. You could take the fake breast off. I was like, that was a thing that just couldn't happen. And so I gotta give this movie a solid, a 5.1 out of 10. If you like that content and more content at patreon.com/ASEpresents for $3 a month, you get some daily vlogs plus some extended mint salad sauce. $20 a month, you get one movie review per 1 month. So go check out patreon.com/ASEpresents. More links to support me on the link tree down below. Link here. Click it. Check it out. Also, on Fansly, I'm answering all fan DMs, so hit me up on fansly.com/titsmintsalad. Until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see y'all later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.